I'll go.
Looking back at your prelim task, how has it helped you progress to your final product?
So, like today we'll be discussing what sort of factors that we learned during the prelim task. how has that helped us to get to the final product and the planning of it?
Okay, so basically at the start we were two separate groups. It was me, Alice, and another member, and then it was Misky and Sarjanya.
No.
It was just those two. So I don't really think that our group was working. I don't know. We just weren't getting enough done. We didn't really understand what.
No one was willing to do specific tasks.
Yeah. I felt like I was trying to hold the group together, sort of thing. So then we merged into Psychology Productions.
I think we managed quite alright in the beginning, but it was a lot of work to do for two people, but it was still worth it at the end. And because we wanted a bigger group, we merged together and we put our ideas together as well.
So in our video what happened, it was scripted by me. I played a doctor and I had to tell Alice that she had cervical cancer.
Yeah.
And
I was the patient, obviously.
yeah, obviously she was a patient.
Amir was the cameraman. He was
Our camera skills were really bad. Like we didn't really understand the 180-degree rule, and
we weren't used to
using
cameras that much.
Yeah, after we learned about the match on action and the 180-degree rule and the shot reverse shot, and we had a really good understanding of it. After that, we incorporated those angles into our final footage. And if you watch it, you can see a lot of match on action going on to show continuity editing.
And as you can see in their video, it's a lot better quality, and there's like numerous amount of camera skills used, whereas ours was just.
And originally, I wasn't really comfortable with acting in specific videos. But then when I came into Jenny's group, I just felt comfortable and more confident.
Obviously, in the prelim task, Alice was supposed to look quite distressed, but she looked pretty normal.
Yeah.
Like makeup wise. But I did the makeup for our final product, and I just made sure that like her smudged eyes,
which made it look more realistic.
Her lipstick was just smudged,
and I think that helped
just made
you.
Her look really.
Did that help you to actually make, like the prelim enabled you to actually make sure you did the props and stuff?
Yeah, next time.
Yeah, because I just realised that props make such a big impact on filming. Really.
What do you think about storyboards? Like, because you were doing the storyboard for.
I did the storyboard for the prelim task, and that was like sketched, and it never had much detail in it, and the sounds weren't specific. But when I did it for the final product, it had all the colours, every detail was included, and it identified every camera shots and how the character would be in position at where, at what angle and what time. So that helped me progress to the final product from prelim task to our final product.
And in the prelim task and this editing schedule, this our final one.
I wasn't at the beginning. I wasn't really confident with using any of the software like Final Cut Pro or Camtasia.
Yeah, I mainly stuck to Word
GarageBand
documents, but now I feel quite comfortable using other.
Yeah.
But the thing with me
software.
is I didn't want to use Word documents, so even though I wasn't confident, I thought I might as well try it, because at the end of the day, if you don't try something, then you'll never know. So I would just practice make perfect, basically. That's what I tried to do.
And for the scripting of our prelim task, it sort of enabled me to identify the stage directions and include dialogue and make sure all the props were included, and that really helped me to make sure the final physical breakdown of our timeline for our final video was accurate and perfect.
We also did the diary, which helped us with our time management, so we knew what to do when. So this helped us with our final product in order to make sure we didn't lag behind and fall behind in our final product, and we knew what we were doing when.
Yeah, and I've done Mindframe analysis to help us expand on our knowledge on how to analyse each part. And it's quite easy thing to use, but I would have liked to use different software when you have to use them, but now I can feel confident.
Editing, me and Misky did the editing together, and we were just working on the older version of Final Cut Pro. You were doing the same for your footage as well, right? But when we came to edit our final footage, it was a newer version of Final Cut Pro, and we were sort of like used to all the mechanisms, like, you know, how to cut, how to add a sort of effect. So it was kind of like really helpful to have had that kind of first-hand with the older version of Final Cut Pro. So that was really user friendly for us.
And my time management improved a lot. Yeah.
So taking on such a big role, I don't really regret it because I'd rather I had the skills and I
It
didn't.
was hard at the time.
Yeah, at the time it was hard, but then I just got used to it.
Yeah.
Even though I had to do it like 3-4 times to get crashing, which was really annoying.
But I would
was
say the
working.
transition was not that difficult because it was like similar software, just the layout was different. And I think I really enjoyed the editing process of it. I really got involved in it. And Miski and like all of you lot were like making sure, like, you were telling me what looks good and what doesn't look good, and we all had a chance in editing. So I think it was a really
my
good-
favourite software was probably GarageBand. I don't know. I just really enjoy editing and
Yeah.
it's just really easy to edit.
When you get the grip of software, it gets enjoyable because you know you can do it again next time.
Yeah.
and you learn a lot as well. So I think, what about the website?
The Wix website, at first we didn't really know how to use it, get into grips with it, putting on the tags and the links and
Pages
stuff.
took us a while to figure out the pages.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and towards the end when we were putting up our research and planning on our final product, it got easier and it was much quicker and more efficient.
Yeah, because I didn't really know how to use Wix that well at first. Then as soon as you start using it, you should learn.
Yeah, I think it's just all about being creative with it and your layout.
It's up to us at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You ended up putting all the pages and stuff in you, so how did you find that experience? Was it useful for you?
Yeah, at first it was kind of difficult because you didn't know how to link the pages and where to put what, but then towards the end you just start getting used to it and it just becomes more easier because you're more familiar with the layout and the whole website in general.
Yeah.
But just most of all, the whole thing was a learning experience from knowing like
Nothing.
near to nothing to being quite confident about using different software and even little simple things like how to set up a tripod and camera angles
And we all learned that from prelim tasks.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the acting
Yeah.
of it and stuff. And we constantly like kept evaluating ourselves during the prelim task, which sort of helped us to identify our strengths and weaknesses. And that kind of, that what we did, the process, like we did it throughout the research and the planning, and we constantly kept making progress of what we've done, what needs to be done. So I think that really gave us an indication of where we are. So I think that's one of the skills that I learned from doing the prelim tasks that really enabled me time management and, you know, making sure we keep track of all our progress. Yeah, green screen.
Yeah,
Do we use
me and Honor use green screen quite a lot in this process.
yeah, we use it for font analysis. We started off with the little flip cam,
Which weren't that great quality.
which we're using right now.
But it was like really user friendly. But
Yeah.
then
We wanted something that was professional looking for our filler opening. So we started using the HD cameras, they're actually quite user friendly. They're quite easy to use once you get the hang of it.
And they have so many different effects and different ways you can use them.
Yeah, so we stuck to, because obviously for our prelim we had 3 camera angles we had to use, but for our final product we decided to incorporate loads of different ones and just be really clever with camera angles. Like,
yeah, because like
we've got overhead shots, we've got an establishing shot, a medium shot.
And even in prelim we
We
use
did, like,
tripods
yeah.
as well. We didn't use tripods.
Yeah, we did it because we didn't know how to set up, so we just
in the prelim, like we didn't really venture a lot with the camera angles. But if you see the final product, like Conor
Quality is
said,
much
there's like
better.
a variety of different shots and different camera angles, and I think that really adds to the.
yeah, because obviously
Yeah.
if you go and see a opening of a film, any film, good opening, you just wouldn't expect to see one kind of shot. Do you know what I mean?
By like including different kinds of shots, like helped us to bring variance into the film. It was more interesting to watch and more interesting to edit as well. And it was like really challenging to do continuity editing. And in the prelim, because in our prelim here in Miski, we were editing. There were a lot of match on action shots, so I think that was really useful.
It was useful to help us so we can use it in our final product.
Yeah, we had a lot of practice because every shot of our prelim had a match on action shot. So it kind of like really helped us to get to do the editing for the main products.
And because we weren't using the tripod in our prelim and it was a bit shaky, when Sarge was editing Final Cut Pro, she found like an edit which helps stabilize the whole thing. So it was less shaky in our final product, even when we couldn't use like the tripod in headshots and stuff.
And also, just the skills that they've learned, they've been able to pass it on to us.
Yeah.
You know.
How do you think your acting's improved from prelim to?
What
Did the prelim help you to get into roles?
Yeah, basically prelim was like I said, I felt quite uncomfortable doing that because I didn't like it was, I just felt uncomfortable because I was the only one. I felt like I was the only one acting. So when I done our final full opening, I actually felt confident and I knew what role to act and how to act it, and I was more confident, you know.
She's generally a really good actress, but I just think it's about being in the right surroundings and
being with your teammates that actually help you.
Yeah, being just a supportive kind of environment. So we try to be as supportive as possible.
And like during our prelim task, one of the things was to like take photos of your location identity. So we just took photos of the staircase and stuff. But when it came to the final product, we actually made sure like we got proper shots of the London Eye.
Really good shots as well.
Yeah, proper like to establish the surrounding.
Yeah.
So it was like a second go for us, which made us like feel really comfortable.
Yeah, and even though prelim only lasted a couple,
like 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks.
we still learned a lot out of it from then till now.
I even learnt from scripting, because my scripting for the prelim was quite
basic.
It's quite basic. But from then till our final product, obviously I use like different kinds of scripting for different situations. So when it came to the final product, because I had been through so many different kinds of situations for script, so many different settings and stuff, I just knew what I wanted and how it should look.
Yeah.
Whereas the rest I was just really confused.
Because basically we didn't have enough experience in prelim actually.
So my scripting definitely improved as well.
Overall, our prelim task was like a trial run to our final product.
Yeah.
Because it was like
and it was
a
like a
step up
platform for us.
to help us like progress to the final stages.
And like one thing out of the whole of the prelim tasks, I think editing our prelim product was the most useful technique that has actually sort of enabled me today to like do really well in Final Cut Pro. And I think that's a really good advantage because hopefully that will help me in the future and it will make whatever work that we produce as a group or whatever work we produce as an individual be a lot better because we had exposure in the prelim task to a software like that.
So like I've got more confident, I'm not like afraid to try out new things.
Yeah, I definitely feel the same with software, scripting, camera angles, using a tripod, simple things, just being able to use a camera, a HD camera, whether it's a flip camera, being around different people, being in different surroundings. We even had to ask for permission to use certain areas, so you're interacting with different people that you don't usually interact with. I just think that those kind of skills you need in life anyway. You need to be able to talk to different kinds of people and stuff, so I just think that it was quite helpful.
What I took away from the skills that I gained was like to be more organised and to have to create every single work you do as
creative as possible.
Yeah, and to make it look more professional and presentable.
Yeah.
So that's basically then
our discussion.